Gabriel Gatte knows how to spoil me because he knows oysters are my absolute favourite thing.
They are so delicious. I agree with you. And I think that when you have a French background, you love oysters.
And appreciate them.
Yes, this dish that I'm going to cook with you is a dish of poached oysters with herbs, with a little bit of butter. And they are going to be served on mini steamed potatoes. You will see it is a stunning little dish, not difficult to make, but really top-class dish.
Very nice. So what do we start with?
I'm starting with chopping some shallots.
Okay. Usually we have our oysters freshly shucked. And if you want to cook them, this is probably the best way to do it with this, just a simple butter sauce like this.
Yes.
Some potatoes, just delicate flavours. I don't like oysters Kilpatrick, so that's another way of cooking oysters.
Yes,
but that's with Worcestershire sauce, there's bacon in it. I think it just totally disguises the flavour of the oyster.
So what I'm doing here, just heating a little bit of butter, and then I am putting the shallots in that butter, and we are going to cook it on low temperature, not too high, but it doesn't take long. It's actually a very quick magic little sauce.
Magic.
So you see it's already bubbling here.
Yes.
And then once it has, cooked like that for about 30 seconds, so I put 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, and then about 2 tablespoons of dry white wine. And then we are going to cook that slowly, simmer, until the liquid is evaporated.
Okay.
While this is cooking, we have steamed some potatoes with the skin. They need to be baby potatoes. And then what we need to do is to peel them, cut them in half, and then scoop out a little bit of the flesh.
Right.
Are you good at peeling?
I love doing this. Therapeutic.
Yeah. Do you mind? I'm going to I'm going to cut that in half. Okay.
And it's best to peel the potatoes while they're still hot. We should mention how we've cooked the potatoes.
Yeah.
Always important to put the potatoes into just tap water and then bring it up to the boil.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people boiling the water first.
Yeah, not with potatoes.
Yeah.
So you see here what I'll do, I just scoop a little bit of the flesh.
Yep.
Be very gentle because it will be easy to break the potato. And we put it like that on the plate that you are going to serve. Okay? And so we need about 3 potatoes per person. So that's good for 1 serve.
Yeah.
So you see, this is not difficult. Do you mind to continue the potatoes?
Absolutely.
While I am going to finish the sauce, a little bit of cream in the shallots, 1 tablespoon. Okay? It's just to help it be a bit thicker. Then when I can see that the cream is just starting to boil, I put a knob of butter in it.
This sauce is just delicious when you're doing it with the oysters, but on a bit of white fish, poached fish.
This is the sauce of my youth.
Yes.
Because it was created in my very region of France.
What region is that?
The Loire Valley.
Oh.
Anjou. So it's called beurre blanc. And you see, now I have added the butter, and now I really need to stop it like that, otherwise it will separate. Okay. I might just add a little bit more butter because the pan might be hot, and that will be heat for it.
Yes.
Okay.
It controls it. I think it's an easy sauce to do. It's just knowing how to control the sauce when you put it on the heat, off the heat, on the heat, off the heat.
It is not a sauce that you boil.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, in the second saucepan, I add about 1/4 cup of wine, just enough to poach the oysters. And I drop the oysters in that wine. So they need to stay in that wine very short time.
Okay.
If you overcook them, we are talking about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, just for them to plump a little bit and to poach. Really, less is more.
Okay.
All right? Now, we are going to lift those oysters. I'll show you what they look like.
Yes.
They are really, you see how plump they are?
Oh, yes. Okay. So it's just taking the cold out of it, really.
Yes. And then I leave them very carefully, like that. And then we are very gentle. We just season that with this.
Lovely.
I am just going to chop a little bit of chives.
Yes.
You know, we love our chives in France.
Absolutely.
It just gives it a magic touch, and it is really healthy for you. Okay, I put a little bit of that. Now look at this, Justin. You're going to see, it's really lovely. Okay.
I love this. This is like
Yeah.
a little nest
You
for
see
the
how
oyster.
dainty it is.
Very dainty.
Okay. So of course if necessary, you can cut a flat bottom. No, that's all right. No, it is good. It is good. Okay, like that. A little bit more sauce.
Wow. We've never done a dish like this on the show. And it's
No, well,
just-
you know, this is something I've created because I come from not far from the Atlantic, and there's an island called Noirmoutier that is famous for baby potatoes and for oysters. And I went there for one of my jobs years ago, and then I decided that to illustrate the island, those baby potatoes that are famous all over France with the oysters that are famous locally.
Yes.
When I did it, I said, this is a great dish. It has become one of my signature dish.
You're very clever, Gabriel Gatte.
Oh, not that much.
You are. I have to have a taste of this.
Oh, yes. Now, this is an entree, or it is a nibble. If you are going to have lots of courses, maybe 3 oysters is enough, but the contrast of the potato and the oysters is magic.
I couldn't wait. I had to have a taste straight away. See, the oyster, you still taste the oyster. Still tastes like the ocean. And that little beurre blanc, one of my favourite sauces. I've never done this recipe before. I think next dinner party, this is what I'll do as an entree.
Yes!
Yes, I love this. Merci.
Merci.